It's all better now. Hey folks, how are you? How you doing? I hope you're very well. Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your service. Listen to that. James Bernard's awesomely forthright, in your face, go for the throat, demonic score to The Devil Rides Out. Hammer horror, awesomeness. I'm sure you agree. Cheers. It's kind of, he had a particular style, a particular sound. His Dracula motif, dun dun dun, Dracula, I have addressed many times. But that shrill, brassy bombast and piercing, anguished strings which just rise and rise and rise and take you to the brink of the abyss and then send you over. He was a master at it. But we're not here to discuss James Bernard and his unbelievably diabolical music for Hammer. No. We're here to discuss something else. I'm just going to pause that now. Excuse me while I just move around the back and negotiate the pause button there, which is just positioned so, ironically right behind the camera, just to make things awkward for myself. No, we're here to discuss something which is a wee bit controversial, and I am not going to sit here and condemn and denounce any composer for what I'm about to describe to you and to musically, illustrate as well. But I'm a big fan of DC animated shows. Some of the DC films have been shit. Like Justice League was shit. Batman vs Superman was shit. But I do love the DC animated shows of Batman, of Superman, and of Justice League. And Lolia Ritmanis, I think her name is, the composer, Emmy award-winning composer. I'm just going to call her Lolita from this point onwards because the temptation to say Lolita rip me off will become too tantalising and tempting. But yeah, award winning, and she composed the score for many DC animated series, but especially Justice League, and it was a fantastic theme. Very strident, very, epic, with a sense of dignity and gravitas to it. But it was brazen and bold, which of course is the Justice League. So it was perfectly good signature theme for this team. But there was something a bit familiar about it. Now, I first wrote about this, you're talking about 10, maybe more years, 10, 15 years ago, because I was reviewing the box set of Season 1 on DVD. Yeah, who remembers DVDs of Season 1 of Justice League? And for AVForums. I may have mentioned them a few times. My misguided youth. But and I wrote in that extensively about how I thought this theme tune, which is brilliant, is clearly derived from the great Harry Robertson, who did the score for 1971's Hammer sexy epic Twins of Evil, with the Collinson twins, the Playboy Playmates, playing the Twins of Evil, vampires. And so many people remember the film for different reasons other than its fantastic music from Mr. Robertson. But I thought, that sounds very, very similar. So at the time when I was writing that review, I played them and I thought, no, this is definitely this plagiarism. That's what I thought. And I wrote about it in my massive, essay-like review of, Justice League, and really, laid it down. And then the years since, well, I kind of forgot about it all. But today, working from home, office is there. You could say I've moved to the home office. But I was working right there, laptop is situated just there, off camera, out of frame, just there. Working away. But I had this music system playing an absolute deluge of Hammer main themes. God, hundreds of them, to be honest. And I've got most of the main scores too, but I just had a list together of a lot of main themes just thrown in there, just a bit of variety in that, like. And this ear was battered by it all, like gothic excess, whoa. But loved it. And of course then we came on to Twins of Evil, and the whole thing got rejigged in my mind. I thought, God, yeah, that Lolita for Justice League ripped this off, didn't she? So then I sought out the Justice League main theme, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to play them back to back for you, and you can make up your own minds. But what I will say is that obviously this has been addressed in the years since I first noticed it. I'm sure I'm not saying that I was the first person to notice it, but no one else, to my knowledge, had mentioned it. It was news to me, and I thought, I must bring this to the world's attention via that review. And so today, having heard it again and it all came back to me, I went online and I had a little look, and it has been mentioned before, yeah. And there's been a lot of naysayers, who say denouncing Lolita for what she did there, and some people defending it, saying, well, look, it's just chord progressions. You can't plagiarize a chord progression. It's just a natural part of composing for music, It's just the way it is. And if it sounds similar, it's just, it was a good theme, and people think of good themes, and you can dress it up as much as you want. And indeed, the haters for James Horner, the late great James Horner, are very quick to denounce him for plagiarization, especially of himself, of his own music. And I've got to agree, he definitely did that. But this seems too blatant, especially when she won an Emmy Award for this theme as well. So basically, if someone can come out and say, look, no, and categorically tell me that she did not rip him off, Harry Robertson, that this was definitely just a coincidence, and convince me, then totally, I'll be on board with that. The way it stands right now, I'm not on the fence. I'm kind of like, yeah, but I'm not pointing any fingers. Well, I am. I'm always pointing fingers, but I'm not going to just denounce her for that, because her music is good. That I've heard in a lot of these TV animated shows, and the movie spin-offs as well. So anyway, enough of all that. In fact, it's actually on YouTube as well. In my little 5-minute research before doing this video, someone has put the two of them together. Although I didn't watch it, but that's clearly what they've done. They put the two pieces of music together and, basically accused her of ripping him off. So anyway, see what you think. Let's go on to, I have put the two together somewhere. Let's go on to this. Right. Okay, let's go on to, I have a vastly extended version of the Justice League main theme, animated show, not the movie. We're not talking the movie here. But let's just go on to, let's have a look there. See, it begins with a very slow, this extended cut. Here you go. This is the opening of the actual show itself. Bass drums. The woodwinds and the brass. Got that main motif. You have this little chorus, which will then drift back into a bolder rendition. It's great, Obviously, one of the reasons why I loved the show in the first place was the great music. And then it dawned on me. This now is Harry Robertson's main title for Twins of Evil. Bass drum, snares. It's a little bit deeper, a little bit lower, also a bit more subdued. Differences, of course. Remember that little lyrical lighter flourish in Lolita's version? Here's the original, but it is still unmistakably similar, too similar. To be honest, this music, this main theme, they're very similar, isn't it? The way it drops down to this lovely lyrical, almost pastoral flourish. But the music's the film Twins of Evil, this music is actually a little bit more heroic. It's more like something from Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. And you guys, go back and check out my review for that way back. I love Kronos. Now again, here's Lolita's version. As I say, this version I've got here is this particular bit now is part of the expanded version, and it's a much slower, more subdued version. It's still the same theme, but it's just been completely slowed down and made far more, restrained and subdued. But if we get on to and what you'll hear now will be the main title theme to each episode. Do you really hear a difference? The bass drums are there. There are snares in there, but they are sort of pushed out. The opening titles to Justice League in silhouette: Batman, Superman, Hawkgirl, John Johns, the Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, but all stride across this black sort of onyx surface with this burnished golden orange background and silhouette towards you, and then you have individual vignettes to just introduce each character, and the music definitely works for that. Here once again, here's Twins of Evil. By the way, some of you out there are going to go, well, Kilt-Man, if you're going to accuse Hair of ripping him off, aren't you going to accuse him of ripping off John Barry for Zulu? Because those big bass drums don't half sound like the opening main theme of Zulu. They do, but I don't really think you can just bass drums without on their own divorced from the main theme. You can't really say that's ripping it up. Hitting a drum isn't really going to be ripping somebody else off. Using the drums alongside this same chord progression and the way it drops into this lighter whippoorwill flourish, a more earnest, sincere little flavour, and it's in both versions. Lolita. People have said, I read a little bit before, maybe it's a tribute, maybe it's a homage. It's only a tribute or a homage if you actually acknowledge and give credit to who you're paying homage to. And from what I've seen, do correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen Hair acknowledging that. I've not seen anything online. I've not seen any detail at all about her doing that. Now, it could be there. It could be as plain as day. Please, feel free to tell me. Lolita, if you're watching this, just say, oh, no. I was paying homage to Harry Robertson. I thought it was a great theme. I thought they'd use it. It totally epitomised what I saw musically for the Justice League. And I'd be like, I'm already singing your praises because I think the music's great and I think your music elsewhere is wonderful. But I just want to know, what happened here? Did you think that a 1971 Hammer horror movie about lesbians and vampires and bare breasts and dodgy fangs. You know, people who are into DC heroes wouldn't know about that. Is that what you thought? I don't know. I'm not trying to, you know, make assumptions here. No, I'm not. Genuinely, I'm not. But I am horribly intrigued as to how you got your theme so similar to this potentially obscure and lesser known Hammer movie. I don't know. But please, you guys out there, have your say. It's entirely up to you guys. I was sitting there working away and Twins of Evil came on, and it's not something I didn't already know, but it just rejigged it all, and I thought, I will bring that to the attention of the YouTube community. And see what you think. So this is the big, drawn out, slower version. This is the Lolita's version for Justice League. You can hear that theme is still there. It's just stretched out, more elegant, more graceful. But it will, in another few seconds, develop into that. Well, here it is now. Now, which is this? Is it Twins of Evil, or is it Justice League? You know, in all this excitement, I've forgotten myself. So you've got to ask yourself a question. Do you trust the exotically named Lolita? Or do you put your trust back in 70s Hammer horror? This is Justice League. The more I'm listening to it, and you're probably to say it's an open and shut case. If it's coincidence, then that is a whopping big coincidence. But hey, I'm not pointing those fingers. Oh, I am. Sorry. And here we go again. This is genuinely Twins of Evil now. Now this is just overkill now. I've been playing like 120 different main themes. I could put any of them on now, but no! We're sticking with this for the time being. The history of people ripping each other off, is obviously vast, but I'm just focusing on the music side of things now. But there's many more examples I could show. Who knows? Maybe I will. But also, let me know which you prefer. This is now Twins of Evil. This is the movie. This is sexy Playboy playmates with bare boobies. But Justice League had Wonder Woman and Hawk Girl. And I know they were just animated, just drawn, but yeah. I actually love how this main title fades out. It slows down and the big bass drums are still there, but they're in the distance. Folks, I'll beat you around there. Forgive me for that expression. But by now, we know each other so well. Let me know what you think. I can't just go, Lolita, you ripped it off. Although it does sound to me like you did. Literally, it sounds to me like you did. So I'd love to then come back and say, oh, I've now learnt this. She's been on to me, or this, that and the other has come to light, and I now stand corrected, and this is her own piece of music, and thoroughly deserving of that Emmy Award. Yeah, great, great. Your music is fantastic. I've never denied it. I do like your music, but you know where a great theme has been lifted almost wholesale. You know, a few little, put together asides, dotting around the orchestra, using this instead of that, and adding this flourish here, subduing that. You know, but the main theme is exactly the same. Well, to me, it's obvious. It's as obvious as the nose on my face. And with that, I'm going to take my nose out of your faces. So please do let me know. Do comment below. Let me know. And that is plagiarism, because I heard someone else on YouTube say that and I nicked that. But there you go. We're all guilty of it. But at least I admit it. So, folks, in the meantime and the in-between time, please do take it easy. Be happy, be healthy. Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. Find some of this stuff. Not this, because this one's mine, but get your own whiskey and enjoy. And I'm going to see you all later. And keep your mitts off me Hannah scores, please.